We got a new look at Assassin's Creed Mirage in a Ubisoft Forward promotion video where we see Basim, Russian, our mentor, and Falat, the Eagle Master of the Hidden Ones, crossing the desert to likely go to Baghdad. I really hope we can use a face mask like this in the game as well, which was the case in Valhalla, so I'm hopeful, and I would not be surprised if this was a cutscene from early on in the game, as I've been noticing some Hidden Blade upgrades. Like here we only see 1 or 2 green beads. Probably the same as in the gameplay trailer, although this could be like a higher rank. But then in the deluxe edition trailer, we got a ton of red beads in combination with the green beads. So this is probably a maybe max level or like high rank Hidden Blade upgrade. And the developers teased to me that there might be someone dedicated to upgrading our Hidden Blade in the game, probably in the Hidden Ones Bureau. So it seems like comparable to Origins, for example, the design will change over the course of the game, but I'm curious if it has some gameplay benefits as well, as of course every assassination in Mirage will be a one-hit kill again. So I think this is the cutscene that we see when traveling from Alamut, the Hidden One's fortress, to Baghdad. We of course start the game there, become a Hidden One, and then go hunt some targets in Baghdad. It could also just be a commercial for marketing purposes, but I hope it ends up in the game as well. We will likely see it in full with some new gameplay on June 12th, but in this video I want to talk about some new info we got since that recent gameplay trailer. Of course, if you are excited for Mirage, then leave a like, that would really show your support. Subscribe for way more videos on the game, and let's go. But first, there's still time to benefit from the incredible rich Father's Day sale and get your dad the perfect present, like changing their bulky wallets for one really small rich wallet that can hold up to 12 cards and decrease in size if you carry less. There's still room for cash on the back, it protects you from digital pickpocketers and also has a lifetime warranty. As you might know, I especially love the key cases that make sure that it's just never annoying to grab the keys from your pocket again. The keys are very nicely kept together. The cases are built from solid material, and the very popular orange Basecamp key case that I'm now using is back in stock. But there are of course way more colors and variants to choose from. Reaches over 50,000 5-star reviews, 3 million customers, and there's a 99-day money-back guarantee for if you don't like it. So totally check rich.com/JorRaptor for up to 40% off. You'll also find the link in the video description. So rich.com/JorRaptor, and you gotta be fast because the offer lasts until June 10th. I'm really happy that Rich, a full year sponsor, helps me create more content for you, so show them your support, and now let's get back into it. I got an interesting comment under my recent Mirage video saying, "Tester here, currently working on AC Mirage 335, you heard wrong, it has a ... Well, I like my job, I don't want to say more." And I totally get it, like don't put your job at risk. Still appreciate you reaching out, and that 335 part was when I was discussing the outfits and how they were only cosmetic. That's what I heard from a developer, so seems like they do have a perk to enhance our gameplay after all. That's at least my read on it. Now, French YouTuber Jonathan, who has been correctly sharing Mirage details before the official announcement, like the October 12th release date and many other details that turn out to be true, he now also did a full-on reaction on the recent gameplay trailer with even more insights. He for one discussed how the Assassin's focus will be similar to the Mark and Execute ability from Splinter Cell Conviction, where you would put a target on enemies, and if you then marked multiple enemies and they had a red icon because gray meant that you could not like reach them. If multiple had a red icon instead, you could press a button and then Sam Fisher would like take them all out very easily. So in Mirage, if you see a group, we should be able to target them too, likely with Basim's Eagle Vision called Thief's Sense. And then we can trigger the effect to kill 3 enemies, although Jonathan notes that we should be able to upgrade it to a maximum of 5 enemies, and we should also be able to upgrade the cooldown of the ability so we can use it more often. The kick we saw in the trailer is also a skill we can unlock, so it won't be an ability like in Odyssey or Valhalla that we can trigger at any time. In Mirage, Jonathan notes that after a counter, we will be able to kick a guy, so more as a defensive move that might be a bit harder to pull off. but still cool. And overall the skill tree should be way smaller, with 15 skills to unlock. With probably the counter roll also being a skill, as it was also one we had to unlock in Valhalla. Like, we know it's a smaller game, but next to the main story there will still be side quests, of course, and JorRaptor now compares those to the Lost Tales of Greece missions from Assassin's Creed Odyssey that were added post-launch. So we should expect quests about the everyday life of the people in Baghdad involving historical figures, just like we see in the pre-order bonus with the 40 Thieves mission. That's of course about Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, so we should expect more content like that in the base game as well. Although worth noting, the Lost Tales of Greece missions of course featured a lot of dialogue choices, but there will be none of that in Mirage. Also, the Mirage side content should be a bit more serious than some of the side activities we saw in the RPG games, although there should still be some funny stuff, with JorRaptor noting that camel races could be a potential activity, although he could not 100% confirm it. Races in open world games are of course very common, and doing some mount races in the desert around Baghdad I think would be fun, although again it's not 100% confirmed. While JorRaptor did leak a notoriety system with wanted levels as a result of your actions. So normally guards should not notice you when you walk on the street, unless you're of course in a restricted area, but then if you're caught stealing or take someone out, the rank goes to level 1, which an eye icon, meaning that the guards will keep an eye on you and likely sound the horn to call reinforcements when they see you. When you get to rank 2, the archers on the rooftops will shoot at you when they spot you, and number 3 is a symbol of 2 crossed swords, so that likely means that you're being chased, with JorRaptor even teasing that there might be bounty hunters similar to Odyssey going after us, although that's also not 100% confirmed. I'm at least happy that a system like this is in place, so we have to be a bit more careful when doing illegal stuff in Baghdad, and likely bribing the heralds and removing posters in Baghdad that AC Videos actually spotted in the recent trailer will decrease the notoriety. And we also see the hiding spots on rooftops again in the trailer, and I'm sure that if we hide there, the notoriety will decrease as well. AC Videos also spotted that we can likely climb the big palaces, as they have similar spots that we can hold on to compared to the pyramids in Origins. So, might also be like small climbing puzzles like we saw in the Baya game. I saw some people noting that Basim seemed faster when taking the lift versus Eivor, but when comparing both games, it's kinda hard to see. Seems kinda similar, although it's a fact that Basim is overall faster when doing parkour versus any of the assassins from the RPG games. Now, one thing they totally improved are the rope physics, that in Valhalla looked very glued to your character, did not move that much when running, you especially see it during the parkour. So I'm really happy that in Mirage this is way more fleshed out and looks way better and realistic, although there are still some clipping issues, like for example when sitting on the bench. This was of course a common issue in Valhalla as well. Still though, Leo K made an excellent point in his video that I will leave a link to in the video description, talking about how the developers reusing a lot of assets and animations from the RPG games is actually a good thing, as it allows them to put all their resources in creating new content and features instead. Like I've said it before, but Ubisoft set our expectations accordingly by making Mirage a $50 game, while their newer releases are $70. Like, we will get the full next-gen big jump with Assassin's Creed Red next year, where I'm sure most things will feel brand new, similar to the jump from Revelations to AC3 and Black Flag to Unity. Like, Mirage is something to hold us over, so I don't mind seeing the same Raven on the arm animation or the head-on assassination animation that Eivor had as well. These work, still look really cool, so why not use them again if it means that you can then focus on the systems that are needed to make this feel more like an old school game. They started development on Mirage in April 2021, so this game will only be in full production for a little over 2 years, which is not a long time. But I think that if Mirage is successful, this team will probably get the proper budget and support and development time to make a real back to the roots game. I really think Mirage is just testing the water. So I remain cautiously optimistic. We will see more on June 12th. I'm really looking forward to it. We'll of course report back, so make sure you are subscribed. I'm also doing a giveaway for the deluxe edition of the game. You can enter via the link in the video description and have to be a subscriber. A like on the video would of course be awesome. Check out Rich via the link in the pinned comment. They really support the channel. And then check out my previous video on my initial impressions after watching the trailer by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.